Hello everyone, this is R.Sudhakar Reddy, Assistant Professor, Department of Mining Engineering, Aditya University. Today we are going to discuss about mine rules. And after this lecture, students are acquainted with what is medical examination, what is initial medical examination, what is periodical medical examination, and what the workman inspector do, and what about first aid, what is the difference between first aid room and first aid station. All these things, the topics will be covered in the mine rules and today's topic. So, powers of certifying surgeon. Actually, who is certifying surgeon and what are his powers? A certifying surgeon may, within the local limits of his jurisdiction or in respect of the mines or class or description of the mines assigned to him, make such inspection, examination or inquiry as he thinks fit for the purpose of this act, and it shall be the duty of the owner, agent, manager of the mine concerned to afford certifying surgeon all reasonable facilities for carrying out such inspections, examination, inquiry as the case may be. So, actually powers means he has to give initial medical examination, he has person who test for periodical medical examination. If any inquiry comes, for example, sometimes some person is infected with some disease, but he will be lying, then the certifying surgeon is the responsible person, need to check and he has to submit the facts. So, these are the powers of certifying surgeon. Coming to initial and periodical medical examination. For the initial medical examination, actually these initial medical examinations can be undertook for every person who is coming to the mines for the first time. So, this is called initial medical examination. In case of periodical medical examination, for example, if in any mine 500 or 1000 persons are, for example, you just take 500 persons, every year 1/5 of the employment. So, 100 will be taken periodical medical examinations. So, 20% of the persons who are working in that mine should be covered under periodical medical examination. Means it is just like a checking whether there are any infected with occupational health disease or such type of things, and how fit he is. If anything is abnormality is found, it should be brought to the notice of the mines manager. And coming to 29C rule of examination, the medical examination aforesaid shall be carried out by the medical officer appointed for the mine or a medical officer in the employment of the owner of the mine, if in any by medical officer employment in the coalman's welfare and organization, any other mines or welfare organization, falling which by any state or central government medical officer not below the rank of assistant civil surgeon. So, we have just come across certifying surgeon means actually they are the examining authorities. These examining authorities are different for different mines. But for coal mines, generally it is appointed by the coal mines welfare fund organizations. For any, for example, dimension stone quarries, just like granite, marble, all these things, there will be a medical surgeon where they have appointed for themselves to give initial reports, that is initial medical examination report or periodical medical examination reports, all the purposes of whatever the things. If any inquiry comes, it goes to him only. So, but these person, whoever appointed for so-called purpose, they should not be below the rank of assistant civil surgeon. And standard and report of medical examination. So, what are the standards of examination and what are the reports of medical examination? The examining authority holding initial medical examination under subclass 1 of class A or periodical medical examination under class B of rule 29B shall examine a person according to the standards laid out in the form P, and the initial medical examiner under class 1 of class B under 29B, all persons seeking employment according to the standard laid down. So, here periodical medical examinations will be standard P and initial medical examinations will be form P1. So, whatever the standards laid out in the form P, so it adheres to the periodical medical examination. In case of initial medical examination, whatever the standards laid out in the form P1, so these need to be stick to. So, these are the standard forms actually, form P for periodical medical examination, form P1 for initial medical examinations. Coming to the workman inspector, for every mine where in 500 or more persons are ordinary employed, the owner, agent, manager shall designate 3 suitably qualified employees of the mine in consultation with the registered trade union. So, how they are appointed? In consultation with the registered trade union in the mine where there are more than one registered trade union, then the union recognized as per the procedure in practice are the most representative union as per the membership records. So, in any mine, if there are more than 500 persons are employed, then agent, owner or mines manager shall appoint 3 persons, actually 3 workmen inspectors, one for mining, one for electrical, one for mechanical. They should have some qualifications, generally diploma in mining or diploma in electrical, diploma in mechanical with sufficient experience, and this is the actually they have to check the safety of the workings every 2 days in a week. That is the duty actually. Remaining 4 days they have to do their routine duties. So they go and check whether these whatever the going on as per the regulation, as per the act, as per the rules are, they can check it out. If any deficiency is there, they can brought to the notice of safety officer as well as mines manager. And one more thing, workman inspector, for example, in any mine more than 500 and additional for every additional 1000, one more mining workman inspector should be appointed. For example, if the manpower is 1500, then how many workmen inspectors are there? Means there should be 3 plus 1. 3 means 1 mining, 1 electrical, 1 mechanical, and for every additional 1000, there should be 1 mining workman inspector. These type of questions are generally asked in the FCC examinations, which is conducted by the DGMS. And if there are no registered, for example, I just now we coming across, if there is a registered trade union, so these mines manager in consultation with the registered trade union, they will appoint these 3 persons. And if there are 2 registered unions, then the registered trade union which is having more subscriptions or more employees, then they will consult that one. In case if there are no registered trade unions, in consultation with the elected representative of the workmen as technical experts to carry out inspection of the mine on behalf of the workers employed therein, 1 each for mining operations, electrical operations, mechanical operations. So, how these workmen inspectors are appointed means, if there is a registered trade union, then no problem, this mines manager will consult registered trade union and they will appoint mining, electrical, mechanical workmen inspectors. If there is no registered trade union, they will consult the elected representatives of the workmen as technical experts to carry out. So, this is the procedure if there is no registered trade union, and the procedure when the registered trade union is different. And similarly, if the manpower exceeds 1500 means, so there is 1 additional workman inspector in the mining, that is mandatory. If it is 2500 means, so 5 workman inspectors, 3 will be the mining, 1 will be the electrical, 1 will be the mechanical. And what are the desirable experiences required for workman inspection? He should have at least 5 years of experience in the mining, including at least 2 years in workings of the mines for which he is nominated, and he has undergone an orientation training course for workman inspector consisting of not less than 30 lectures and demonstrations of not less than 2 hours duration each, in accordance with the syllabus specified by the center approved by the chief inspector. So, minimum experience required for the workman inspector is 5 years, and also in that particular mine where he is nominated, he should have minimum of 2 years experience, and he should undergo orientation training course for workman inspector not less than 30 lectures and demonstration of not less than 2 hours. So, this is the training required for the workman inspector. And the workman inspector shall perform the duties mentioned in the clause A of sub-rule 1 of rule 29R for 2 days in every week. Just now we are discussing. So, he has to carry out all the inspections for only 2 days, and remaining days he has to do his routine duties. And the owner, agent, manager shall afford the workman inspector all reasonable facilities for making any entry, inspection, measurement, examination. So, if any suspicious thing he found, then he has to give all the facilities to the workman inspector, and if any deficiency found, he has to rectify, mines manager need to take action also. Duties of workman inspector: he should inspect all shafts, inclines, roads, workplaces and equipment, including the equipment for conveyance and transport of the workers. In case of urgent and immediate danger that comes to his notice, to inform the manager, inspector about the same and to suggest remedial measures to avoid danger. So, overall he should inspect all the places. If anything goes wrong, he should immediately inform to the manager, and he can take the necessary precautions whenever danger is forecasted. And to accompany the inspector in the course of complete inspection of the mine and also during such other inspections as may be prescribed, the workman inspector shall record a full report of the matters assigned as a result of inspection in interleaved pages and bound pages kept for the purpose in the Form U. So, he should accompany inspector of the mines whenever inspector comes to visit the mine, and similarly whatever the things he has noted, he should record it in the Form U, which is kept for the purpose. And safety committee. For every mine wherein more than 100 persons are ordinarily employed, the owner, agent, manager shall constitute a safety committee for promoting safety in the mine. Even if the employment is not exceeding 100 also, lot of mines are maintaining this safety committee. So, it is the responsibility of owner, agent, manager shall constitute a safety committee. The composition of the safety committee. The safety committee shall be consist of manager. So, naturally manager is the chairman. 5 officials are a competent person of the mine nominated by the chairman, means mines manager, and 5 workmen nominated by the workmen in the mine in accordance with the procedure prescribed in the clause A of sub-rule 1 of rule 29Q, and the safety officer, the senior most mine official next to the manager, who shall act as the secretary. What is the composition of safety committee means? First thing, mines manager, who is the chairman, and the safety officer is the secretary, and all the workmen inspectors and 5 officials appointed by the mines manager and 5 workmen appointed by the mines manager, or 5 workmen appointed by the workmen inspectors. So, total generally 1 mines manager, 1 safety officer, 3, if the if the employment of that mine is more than or 500, then 3 workmen inspectors, similarly 5 officials and 5 workmen. So, around 15 people will form the safety committee. And functions of the safety committee, to discuss remedial measures against unsafe conditions, if any unsafe condition is there, and practices, unsafe practices, and point out it in the report of workman inspector. For example, I already told you, if workman inspector go on inspection, if he found any deficiency, and it is the duty of pit safety committee to discuss the deficiencies, all these things, and to consider before commencement of any operations in any new district of the mine or commissioning of the new electrical or mechanical installations or introduction of new mining technique, proposed safety and healthy measures, including related codes of practice, to make appropriate recommendations. Whenever a new mining method comes, or whenever new machinery comes, or whenever new electrical installation is there, all these things first should be discussed in the safety committee. And functions of the safety committee, again, to discuss the report of inquiry into accidents. Suppose if some accident happens, they need to be discussed at the bottom level, that is the important level, that is called safety committee. To formulate and implement appropriate safety campaign based analysis of accidents. So, whenever accidents happens, generally some accidents happens, so there should be meetings and analyzation part also, and these safety committee should meet at least once in every 30 days to consider the matters placed before it. So, already told some things which need to be discussed in the safety committee, they should meet at least once in every month. And the quantity of drinking water, the quantity of drinking water to be provided in the mine or any part thereof shall be at the scale of at least 2 liters per every person employed at one time, and such drinking water shall be readily available at convenient accessible places during the whole of the working shifts. Where 100 or more persons are employed either above ground or open cast working at one time, the inspector may, by order in writing, require the drinking water. So, these provision of drinking water should be at the scale of 2 liters per head, and these, the place where the drinking water should provided should be readily accessible. And if that mine more than 100 persons are employed, then these water should be cooled mechanically. Say generally whatever the coolers are readily available in the market, such provision should be made available to the employees. And last but not least, that is the no charge shall be made for drinking water. Of course, no mine owner charges. And storage of drinking water. If drinking water is not provided from the taps connected with a constant water supply system, it shall be kept cool in suitable vessels sheltered from the weather, and such vessels shall be emptied, cleaned, refilled every day. Steps shall be taken to preserve the water, storage vessels and vessels used for drinking water in clean and hygienic conditions. Suppose if the mechanical cooling that equipment is not there, that tool is not there, then you can keep it in the pots also, but that pot should be cleaned and refilled every day, and actually that is the old system and it's good system also, but proper cleaning should happen, okay, and proper refilling should happen. Actually the water provided from the water is good for health also, rather than water taking from the mechanical cooling thing. And today we have revised all the things, just like initial periodical examination, periodical medical examination, and what role did workman inspector play, and similarly what is the significance of pit safety committee, how the accidents can be avoided, and whenever a new district is there, or whenever a new electrical installation is there, whenever any mechanical installation is there, the matter should be kept before pit safety committee and discussion going on, and similarly any accident inquiry will be done in the safety committee only. Thank you.